Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Our first guest today is a successful entrepreneur who is a former director of $1 million weight loss program and is a certified specialist in nutrition and fitness who has coached thousands of people and hundreds of groups into significant weight loss, inches lost, and an overall improved health. She brings over 20 years experience to fitness, nutrition, and business. She is the founder of the Metabolic Method and the Metabolic Method Academy. Help me welcome Lydia Martinez to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
So what is the Metabolic Academy?
Well, let's talk about the Metabolic Method first.
Okay, sure.
Metabolic Method is a health and wellness program that focuses on inflammation, focuses on balancing hormones, increasing your metabolic muscle, and of course mindset. One of the side benefits with our program is that we focus on weight loss, but we really focus on health. Okay. Now, the Academy, we expanded it because we had such success with our program over the last 3 years that we found a lot of people wanted to teach our program. And they wanted to be health coaches and didn't think it was possible. So we created the Academy, and it's a complete online coaching community to help people run their own business, be health coaches. We teach them our whole system and support them in their entrepreneurial adventures.
So this is more than just like diet and exercise, right?
So much more.
So when you talk about your metabolic method, it's, the first thing you bring up is inflammation. Mm-hmm. And inflammation is so important because we know that all disease starts with inflammation.
100%.
So how would you tackle that? Like if someone came into your program and they wanted to know a little bit about that, what would you say about that?
That's a great question because so many people, we hear about inflammation. It's a word that's used and thrown around a lot, but we don't realize the things that we're doing. We think about the natural. So we eat a lot of sugar or we drink alcohol. Okay, so that's inflammation. But there's actual foods that are good for you for some individuals that are not great for other people.
Correct.
And it causes inflammation in the body. So people are walking around inflamed, sore joints, water retention, risk for disease like you mentioned. So what we do is we go through a process of identifying what food your body actually likes and what food your body doesn't tolerate. And you get to make a decision on how you feel and whether you want to keep incorporating them into your lifestyle.
I think that's so important because a lot of people, we think of health and right away, especially when you go into fitness, if you're not used to it, or nutrition, all they think of is salads right away.
Right.
And I know people who eat salads morning, noon, and night. And coming as a doctor of oriental medicine, we know that eating cold at night creates dampness in the body, creates weight gain and all sorts of stuff. And there's a lot of people that'll eat salads all the time and figure, I can't lose weight. And then their joints are sore, they're bloated out, and they're heavy, and they don't understand their sleeping issues. So I think that's great that you're able to tackle that. And, you made this into an academy because I know when we last talked a couple of years ago, you were focused on the metabolic method, and then you made this into academy. What sets this apart from just a regular academy?
That's a big question, but there's so many things that actually separate the Academy from just a traditional health coaching certification. I've come over 20 years experience and I've gotten a lot of certifications, a lot of education, and one of the things that for myself and our business partners, we realized it was all trial and error. We got a certification, we got the education, but nobody was there to support us when we had questions because even though you get the information, you're like, is that right? Am I doing the right thing with the client? No one was there to teach us marketing. No one was there to actually put a program together for us. We had to do it all ourselves. So what sets the Academy apart is that we tried to take away all the headache stuff, the things, because most people when they want to be a coach, just because they want to help people.
Yes, correct.
They don't think about, I got to sell, I got to do marketing, I got to put programs together.
Yeah.
I just want to help people, right? So we allow people to help people because we have all our systems already in place and we teach them how to utilize it.
Yeah, because I know even for me when I got into all this field, that was my main goal too. I wanted to help people. I was raised in business, and of course my father and my mother taught me how to sell, but it wasn't my forte. And a lot of people, we don't know how to sell, and I think sometimes when we cross over and we think, well, I want to help people, but then at the same time, they kind of get confused because they think that, to help somebody, it's got to be 100%, giving, generous, that you're not allowed to make money or do anything. You're not allowed success. But, I think that's great that you're there. And the one thing that I liked about what you said is you have a supportive program. Because as you said, people, you go to these programs and a lot of times you pay people money and all of a sudden you get the information and there's no help.
Right.
And this is a lifelong process.
Right.
And so you have to be there for them to grow in order for that to happen.
Right. And I think that's why we've had the success that we have even in just Metabolic Method started 3 years ago. We've had hundreds of clients go through our system. And in the last year with our coaching system, it's just exploded because of the coaching forum that we created. Our coaches have a 24-hour coaching forum that they can go in, post questions, get their answers on a client, not even just a client, if it's on marketing, if it's on one of the systems. Every month we do live training sessions with our coaches and everything's online. So we have coaches all over the country, and we're able to troubleshoot, we're able to teach them different things. So it's an ongoing process. It's really cool.
So when you first go into this academy, because I obviously said I was interested, is there different programs that I can go to, or is it just one program that I'm jumping into?
Right, that's a great question. Well, we actually have broken it down into levels. So we have online boot camp. That's just the basics of our system. You get to, everything that we do is online, so you get to learn at your own pace. So our boot camp is a 2-day boot camp. It breaks down into about 10 hours worth of information to teach you the basics of what it takes to be a coach, the basics of our system, and then you can, from there, say, okay, you know what, I want to do more with you guys. Because sometimes people, making an investment, it's a big thing to them.
Absolutely.
Not that we're a huge investment, but for anyone, there's like, do I really want to do this? So you can test the waters that way, and then you can upgrade to our mastery program. And the mastery program gives you everything, the community, all the materials, all our programs. We have a complete syllabus that takes about 38 weeks for you to go through. That's if you did like 90 minutes a week. So we broke it down for a part-time basis.
So if going back to your metabolic method, because this is going to be obviously incorporated to this, does someone have to take part in the metabolic method first before jumping into the academy? I mean, would it help them, or can they just jump right into the...
You can actually jump right in, because what we do is we actually have you go through the system as a coach before you even start going through the training process of being a coach. Because I'm a firm believer, you can have the education, but if you don't know what it feels like to do every part of a system, you can't relate to your client.
Absolutely. The one last thing I want to talk to you about is hormone balance, because hormone balance in this country, I just did a show on chronic fatigue, and that's one of the things that we talked about is hormone imbalance. And, a lot of us, we don't look at that. We look at our bodies and, we gain weight easily. Our sleep gets interrupted all the time. And so how do you just tackle that with food, or do you work with physicians, or how is that tackled?
Well, we have a proprietary profiling system. So we've taken the top 15, hormone imbalances, and we go through the questionnaire to identify where there are possible imbalances, and then we have supplement protocols. So we do it through food and we do it through supplementation, and depending on your profile, the marker, we say, okay, you need to go get blood work done.
Okay. Now that makes a lot of sense. So, Lydia, we have just a minute left, but how would people get a hold of you for this program if they were interested in it?
You can go right to metabolicmethodacademy.com. You can click on Get a Consult. We'll offer a free 30-minute breakthrough session to identify if our system is right for you. We can even connect you with a coach.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Lydia, for joining me.
Thanks.
All right, everybody, we'll be back after these messages. Thank you.